How's it going, everyone? As you can see here, we have four Mk1 coaches. Now this this is quite good for people who have a fair collection of these Mk1s. Again, obviously in all liveries, and especially a fair collection of the different brands. Well, of course, mostly like what I have, mostly Hornby and Bachmann. What we have are two Hornby ones. Hornby's original one here, which I've just shown. Hornby's new one. Of course, part of the railroad range now. The issue 1 Mk1. Actually, I don't know. Again, I'll get to that shortly. And the usual Bachmann one here. Again, overall, the Bachmann Mk1 is definitely the winner. Bachmann's Mk1s are definitely pretty hard to beat, and it's you mostly see these in most of my running videos. However, let's have a look at. I am pretty impressed with Hornby's recently redone Mk1. It's first of all, it's a lot lighter. I mean, compared, it's actually it definitely is lighter. Not by much, but a bit lighter than their previous one. And of course, despite being railroad, which I'm pretty proud of, they of course come with there it is, NEM coupling. So they've got more of a realistic, realistic touch, realistic feel to them. As you can see, they're not sort of flexible like on the Bachmann one or the issue. Does the issue one a flexible one? Yes, it does. So not as much maneuverability, might be a bit of an issue coupling up to the larger couplings, especially when going around sharper curves. It's got plastic wheels, but I think with metal axles, even though they do feel more on the plasticky light side, the bogies, they definitely feel secure enough and it has plenty of movement. Again, one thing missing, there's no C1 part there, like on the other one. You can just see I'm blocking the light bit there on the Bachmann one there, but neither is the issue one. We'll get to that one. We'll get to that one in a second. So overall, again, despite these all being moulded on, I am pretty impressed and would recommend. I'd recommend whenever, if you feel like collecting these, like having a fair set of Mk1s, I'd recommend some of Hornby's new railroad ones. Because one good thing is that they now do, just like Bachmann, they now do a fair different type. Whereas before, there was only really a few types of coaches they did. As well as the full brakes or parcel coaches, the brakes, the buffet cars, but the only other ones they did were these. They are really, really good. I mean, I like, the window design along these ones. But again, in all liveries, blood and custard, maroon, SR green, chocolate and cream, blue and grey, etc. This was the only type they did. Was it known as? Or I think it says on the Bachmann boxes. Of course, they do these types as well. The CK corridor composite ones. These were the only ones they did before. Again, as well as the doing the buffet cars, brakes, full brake or parcel one. I think Hornby's ones were called parcels. Bachmann's ones were full brakes, but both very similar. But as we all know now, as well as railroad versions of these CK composites, they do. They do these. They do full up. Of course, this is a corridor composite, but with the same row design of windows on both sides. So that's a nice new feature. As well as the CK ones. So I'm sure to do ones where as you can see, the Bachmann one is full open. You can see perfectly right through it. Tables, seats and tables at both sides. Although if I had to choose, I kind of prefer sitting in corridor composites. Can be a bit more private. Of course, you can get suburban type coaches, which or slam doors, as I've heard a few call them. Where you're just in a compartment. Of course, you can't move around the coach, but if you're in trouble in there and the train was moving, but anyway, but to these Mk1s, overall, I prefer sitting in ones like these. I am pretty impressed. I mean, underneath detail isn't too bad, you know. That's not bad at all. It's not that far off. Obviously not the same, but not that far off Bachmann's. I mean, just have a look at Bachmann's. It's not far off. This coach is actually different. It's yeah, it's got a shinier roof. The ends match the side. It was part of like a limited coach set. I got one of them for just this one. It was £30. Before, again, we're familiar with the issue 1, but before we have a quick look at that, let's just compare. Yeah, let's move out with the light shot, get in a comfortable position. Yeah, let's just compare Hornby's older and newer ones. Again, the newer railroad one is definitely lighter. I mean, the detail is pretty much again, it may not be moulded, but the detail on the roofs is pretty much the same. Even on the previous ones, it was moulded. Again, not so much a big deal. I mean, I have been impressed. I was happy enough with Hornby's, with Hornby's previous ones. But again, even though again being railroad, these new ones are definitely, well, an improvement, or a bit better. Again, the previous ones were good, but these ones are definitely an improvement. I'd recommend one. The ends don't look that bad. Again, work a bit better with the C1, on. That's all that's really missing. I mean, got a nice code there. You can, we can clearly see into the compartments. Yep. So I'm pleased with Hornby's new railroad range Mark 1s. Again, of course, they're doing them again in. I think I haven't seen any green ones. I've seen, this is a chocolate and cream. I've seen maroon, blood and custard, chocolate and cream. I don't think I've seen any SR green ones yet. They might do. I mean, so of course they did do them before. I mean, let's just have another quick look at the issue 1 one. Sorry for the cuts. Whilst I was filming this, my East Lancashire Railway gala was uploading. Just had to keep checking it. Anyway, well, the laptop's just behind me, but yeah, I'd rather not have the screen go black into like screensaver mode, whatever it is. But yeah, this issue 1 one is actually a fair bit of weight to it. Actually, it's a lot heavier. Not only is there no C1 sign on, I mean it's completely unnumbered. It's not bad, but of course the detail underneath, especially that bit there, it's like all completely sealed up. So even the Hornby's Railroad one is better. But I mean, you've seen this coach around in a fair few videos since I got it at the back end of last year. It's still pretty good. I mean, it doesn't even have a company name on really. It's like like a top secret unknown coach with unknown identity. I mean, it has a different coloured door. Well, we're really all both the Hornby previous and their obviously new, done and updated. Now railroad Mark 1s have the black doors as well. But again, I'm really happy that they've done them with NEM couplings. That's a really good, more realistic new feature. Again, especially for railroad. I think it's the first. Sorry, railroad, again, the camera memory just completely got full up there. Because all the East Lancs videos are still on it. Well, I know you're probably thinking, well, why didn't you remove them then? Just to be on the safe side, until the video's uploaded on YouTube, until it's completely uploaded, I'll keep them the majority of them, if not all, on the camera, just to be on the safe side. But yeah, another quick brief look. I mean, the roof looks a bit more on the plain side. Not as good. Obviously not as good as the Bachmann are, and even the Hornby ones. But yeah, overall the issue 1 one, it isn't bad. Still looks good in the maroon set. Again, you've seen it around in some of the past few galas and in smaller separate videos. Again, just can't. Can't be, well, the detail on the Bachmann ones, all the separately fitted heating pipes on top, the no smoking stickers as well. Great touch to the Bachmann ones. I've never actually seen these coaches anywhere else apart from the small shop where I got it. I kind of wish I got the whole set, but it would have cost me about up to £100. Well, it was £30 just for this one. I think it came in a set of 4 or 5. I think maybe one of these full open ones, open like that, a corridor composite, a bit like that, just obviously, all in maroon, and 2 brakes, I think. Not sure if a buffet car was included, but yeah. So yeah, again, you've got to love these Mark 1s. Again, my collection of them is seriously countless. Seriously countless. Again, this one isn't as heavy as Hornby's previous one is fairly light-ish. Definitely not as heavy as Bachmann ones, but their newer railroad ones are even lighter. So, if you get a whole train of these, like 4 or 5, it shouldn't be too much weight, especially if you have gradients on your layout. Loco should handle them easy, and overall they do look good. Love Mark 1 coaches, even though they're pretty much the most typical, for practically all preserved railways. I just love how there's just something about them. Love how they look and love riding in them.